Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Is it still scratchy? Sorry about that. If you could all just kind of come join us this way, you can have a seat right here in the front in this area. Come on in and have a seat. Join us. We're going to be here for like an hour, so have a seat. There's space over here, space over there. Don't be shy. Come on. Thank you all for joining us here today. Thank you, thank you. My name is Ricardo Larios. I'm an assistant principal at McKay High School. And for all of the speakers today, just a reminder, our sound system is having a bad day, so do your best to speak into the mic. We got the masks, and if we can maintain 6-foot distancing as much as possible, that would be awesome. Well, it is my pleasure to be the Master of Ceremonies today. On the paper it says MC Ricardo. This is the first time I've ever been referred to that, so I kind of feel like a rapper a little bit. Did I make you laugh, Wyatt? Yes. But anything, for me, I just really think, when I think about McKay, our strengths is community and family, and we are just so honored here today to share this wonderful new space that's taken a lot of dollars and a lot of effort to make it a reality. And so this is a very big day for McKay, and we are just very grateful that you are all here to celebrate with us. Yes, let's go cheer. Thank you, thank you. So team, we are here officially to celebrate the completion of a bond-funded construction project at McKay, and the completion of one of the largest projects in the bond program with a total investment of $64 million. That is a lot of money, right? You want to clap? No clapping, okay. So we are here both celebrating in person and live streaming the event today in the district's YouTube channel and our Spanish Facebook page. But before we get started here today, there are a few elected officials in attendance with us today, so please join me in welcoming City of Salem Councilor Member Chris Hoy. Also with us here today is School Board Director Marty Hyan, who represents Zone 2, which includes McKay High School. Marty, right there. I also recognize Osvaldo Avila, a new school board member here representing the entire district. Well, we also have, oh, thank you. Got a little nervous. And we also have each person is going to share why this bond and the improvements at McKay are so important from their perspective. So let's get the celebration started. And at this time, please join me in welcoming to the podium our first speaker, City of Salem Council Member Chris Hoy.
Okay. All right. Can you hear me? All right. Good afternoon, McKay High School friends. It's a pleasure to be here as the City Council member that serves Ward 6, which includes McKay High School. I'm proud to be a part of this neighborhood, and I'm a big supporter of McKay and all the Northeast Salem schools. I'm also proud to be a part of the Greater Salem and Salem-Keizer community, a community that invests in education through supporting bonds such as the one that has funded the improvements we're celebrating today. An investment in the education of our youth is an investment in the future of our community. Education is key to building healthy, happy, and thriving neighborhoods and economies. The new and modern spaces we're seeing today will support not just today's Royal Scots, but future McKay students for decades to come. Salem is certainly benefiting from a lot of wonderful improvements at schools around the city. This bond program is providing improvements at all schools in the district, with major expansions and improvements at over half of our schools. Excuse me. I understand the work here at McKay represents one of the largest projects undertaken in the district and will result in relief for overcrowding, improved safety and security, and expanded access to career and technical education programs, something I'm very excited to hear more about. I applaud the voters in the Salem-Keizer School District for supporting the 2018 bond. Thank you for providing these spaces that will benefit our community for years to come. Congratulations, McKay High School. I would like to now invite Board Director Marty Hine to the podium to share some words with us.
Like this far away? Is that good? Thank you, Councilor Hoy. This is a day I've really looked forward to for a long time. I represent School Board Zone 2, which includes McKay High School. It is rewarding to be here today and see the final results of the investment at McKay. I want to thank our community for passing the bond and to fund these renovations, which ultimately support our McKay students. I'd like to share a message with the community that speaks to the importance of our growing relationships with all communities. The Native Education Program, in collaboration with the district's Native Parent Advisory Committee, has prepared a land acknowledgement that the district will use at public events. I will now read the land acknowledgement. After I get a little air, a little hard with the math for me. Acknowledgement is critical in building the necessary trust to coexist in harmony with one another. Indigenous tribes and bands have been on the lands that we inhabit today in the Willamette Valley and throughout Oregon and the Northwest for time immemorial. Here in the Willamette Valley, the ancestry of the Kalapuya reaches the farthest back in time, reminding us that this bountiful and plentiful valley has been called home by its original inhabitants long before the names of the snowy peaks in the distance carry the names that they do today. It is important to understand the significance of this, as the people of this land still exist, and they inhabit this valley not as heirs to it or archaeological artifacts, but as mutual contributors to the modern society that we live in. We forward our respect to the first peoples of this land. We reflect on the displacement and genocide that took place, and we honor the gravity of our past, giving guarantee that people may live in harmony and equity on this land until the end of time. We would like this acknowledgement to be used as a tool of peace and mutual respect to all who reside here in the sacred lands of the Willamette Valley. Please join us in uncovering such truths at any and all public events. Thank you for supporting our students, our district, and this bond. I'd now like to invite Assistant Superintendent Ethan Udostanita to the podium, and sorry if I messed up your name, Ethan. I did practice it. To the podium to share a few words.
Speak away from right here. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Director Hine. I have to say, we've gone through this a few times, and you're getting better each time with saying my last name, so keep working at it. I can tutor you also. So, hey, good afternoon, McKay family. It's a great day for McKay High School, and it's a great day for the Salem-Keizer community. Superintendent Perry couldn't be with us today, but she shares the same excitement and enthusiasm we have for today. Today is a big deal because this is one of our biggest bond projects, and it's a time for us where we get to celebrate first, and then also say thanks to our voters for making these improvements possible, and also to the greater McKay community for all the support. And when you think about what today is about, it really is about celebration, right? It's an opportunity for us to say thank you say thank you for your hard work that's gone into building these new spaces and show our community the results of our investments. And most importantly, to celebrate these new and modern spaces and what they mean for students and having these new learning environment and spaces for the McKay community. These improvements here represent the largest bond project for the district at $64 million. And there are many people that we need to thank for making this a reality. I'd first like to start by thanking our contractors and architect team from Bremick Construction and Brick Architecture. Thank you for the hours and hours you've invested into this project over the last 3 years. It takes nearly that long to design and plan a construction project of this magnitude. Brick has also done great work for the district over the years. They worked on the North Salem High School project, and they're currently working on the West Salem High School project as well. And there's many other large and small projects in our districts that bear their fingerprints. Thank you, Dan Hess and Julie Condon. Where are you? If you're here, thanks to you for making this happen. And likewise, Bremick Construction is no stranger to projects in our district. Bremick is hard at work on West Salem as well, and just finished up the district's largest elementary school project at Auburn Elementary. Thank you to our reps from Bremick. So I just wanted to recognize them for all the outstanding work that they have done and that they will do for the next couple years to come. Next, I want to recognize our project management team for their efforts to keep all the bonds moving and on time and on budget, and that is no small feat. I want to say thanks to Joel Smallwood over here and his district project management team, along with Bob Collins. Yep. And Day CPM, and I just have to say these leaders are on around the clock, making sure that we were going to be able to open up school up to the very last minute. They put their full effort into it, and so I just want to give them a shout out because it was a big lift and they got the job done. Let me get back on script here. So I want to say so after Bob Collins and the Day CPM team, our contractor project management firm and their professional crew of project managers has done a great job at shepherding the work here at McKay and across the district. I also want to give a shout out to the project managers who were assigned specifically to this project and who were on site here for countless hours working with our contractors, our architects, and school administrator teams to make sure that everything moved along. This certainly was no easy task. And we have Kelly Wheeler and Frank Berg from OTAC to thank for adding their expertise to this project. So give them a round of applause as well. Also, I want to offer a special recognition to our Chief Operations Officer, Mike Wolf, for his leadership of the bond. Go ahead, give Mike a round of applause. Mike has done an outstanding job at leading the bond projects from start to finish. Everything from when we went out for the bond to keeping the district informed on how things were moving with CBOC to really managing all the projects. And we had several projects going on at once. I think we had something like 25 or 35 projects moving during the summer this year, including McKay, which again was one of the largest projects. And Mike just did a phenomenal job of overseeing that, and he did a phenomenal job of making sure that the district would not be disappointed with what we produced here. So thanks for your leadership, Mike. So next, I'd like to offer a heartfelt thanks to Piccoon and Yes for Salem-Keizer Schools campaign for their hard work to pass the bond. Together, these organizations knocked on thousands of doors and talked to countless potential voters in support of the bond measure. Without their tireless efforts, I believe we wouldn't be here today. So thank you to Reina Lopez. Reina, are you here? Hi, Reina. Thank you to Reina Lopez from Piccoon and the leadership from Yes for Salem, Nancy and McMorris Addicts, Lisa Harnish, and Mark Shipman. And finally, I want to extend the biggest thanks to voters in this district for the support of the bond measure. It's because of you that our schools are becoming safer, less crowded, more productive environments for learning. And thank you to Salem-Keizer for supporting the students for now and for generations to come. And now I'd like to invite Lisa Harnish for Yes for Salem School Campaign and the Community Bond Oversight Committee, CBOC, to the podium to share a few words.
All right, if we do this, okay. All right, well, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Lisa Harnish, and I'm the Executive Director for the Marion and Polk Early Learning Hub, and it is my absolute pleasure and honor to be representing today both the Yes for Salem-Keizer Schools Committee and the Community Bond Oversight Committee. The district is finishing up its third year of construction under the 2018 bond. I don't know where time has gone. I'm so happy to see us reaching this point, having been a part of the process from the very beginning. In the early stages, the Community's Facilities Task Force examined the needs of our school buildings. Then Yes for Salem-Keizer Schools Committee worked tirelessly to inform voters about the bond. And now the Community Bond Oversight Committee monitors the bond program and gives input to the leadership team. I'm incredibly proud to be a part of this work and to witness the progress we're making. The bond, as you know, is very important because it allows us to significantly improve the facilities that are supporting our children and their educations. A key influence of all this learning is the environment itself. The bond reflects our community's commitment to provide safe, healthy, and productive environments for students to learn and grow. When voters in Salem and Keizer passed the bond, they said yes to relief for overcrowding, increased seismic safety, expanded opportunities for science and career and technical education, which mean providing unique spaces like many of these here at McKay. Passing this bond was a community-wide effort, and there are many people to thank for their hard work. I want to thank, first of all, the community for their support and involvement throughout the whole process. From focus groups to listening sessions to sharing feedback and input, the community's voice was intentionally and strategically woven throughout the whole process to develop the bond. And last, I am confident that we would not be here today without the support of PayCoon. PayCoon knocked on thousands, and I do mean thousands of doors, and it was instrumental in helping us get the word out to voters about the importance of this bond. And with that, I would like to welcome Reina Lopez from PayCoon to say a few words. So come on up.
Thank you. Wow, what an amazing thing to just see this. It's kind of surreal, so that's great. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Reina Lopez. I'm the Executive Director of PayCoon. I'm also the President of PayCoon's Farm Worker Union. And also, I'm a McKay Scott, class of 2005. So yes. Some of my best memories were actually in that building over there. And yeah, also some of the not that great memories walking all the way to the back of the portables to get to French 2. In the rain, in the cold, in the snow, sometimes in the hail, and that's just how it was, and we lived with it. PayCoon really had the privilege of being able to get involved in 2018 and talking to thousands of voters about the need for the bond, about our personal experiences, about our lives, about our students and our own experiences at McKay High School. And I believe that that really made a difference. We actually had a very special set of calls that were specially made for bilingual and multilingual people that were going to be voting for the very first time. And I think that that actually made a huge difference, that we were able to get out Latinx folks, we were able to increase the AAPI vote, we were able to talk to folks in Spanish and multiple languages, and realizing that we just need to do more of that, engaging people, meeting them where they were at, and meeting them where they were at the doors. We also today, as as parents, as community members, and people across Salem-Keizer, we're able to tell the community that their kids aren't going to have to walk in the rain again to get to that last portable. They're going to be on time, they're going to feel valued, and it really does make the difference. And the biggest, most important thing that we're telling our students, our future, is that you're worth it. You're worth this investment, right? So what this means to us is, we're just so grateful to have been a part of it. Looking forward to continuing to be a part of more efforts like this. And of course, I just want to say thank you to everyone who participated. Thank you to the PECUN staff who are out there knocking doors every single day, talking to voters and making sure people turned out. Go Scots! And of course, one more thing, sí se pudo. Thank you.
Little adjustment there. Hello, my name is Josh Ring. I'm the senior project manager and superintendent for the McKay High School project here. And I just wanted to come and thank you on behalf of Bremba Construction and all of our partners, subcontractors, and tradespeople for the opportunity to present this building to you. I want to do something here a little more fun because some of the things that I'm most proud of aren't exactly what you can see here on the outside and what you're going to see as you tour this building, but it's the stuff that you can't see. So I'm going to have a little fun project on some of the factual efforts and tangibles that we put into this project. So what you're looking at right now is approximately 100,000 square feet of an addition in the CT Performing Arts and the Science Wing. And with about 20,000 square feet of renovation work we did inside the existing structure, all with about 90 to 100 different men and women, some of our finest tradespeople we have in the industry, working long hours and a lot of overtime in about a 15-month duration. Project started in about May, and we received our TCO here at the end of August this year, something that we're very proud of. On the underground component, there's over 7,600 lineal feet of stormwater and wastewater water piping themselves underground, and we used 47,000 tons of rock on this project. So just to put the scale of this project into perspective. For the foundation system, there's 2,800 yards of concrete and 310 tons of structural steel in these buildings. And it's designed built to the most stringent earthquake codes and building codes that we have to this day. There's 58,000 brick on the outside and 61,000 block on the inside of this structure. Pretty impressive. On the outside, you're looking at 12,000 square feet of glass with 43 different unique configurations of glass structures. And the curtain wall system behind us, which makes up the library, is about 10,000 square feet of glass just in itself. Pretty impressive. The mechanical system has over 50,000 linear feet of piping in these structures. There's over 185,000 pounds of ductwork in the project. The electrical system has over 78,000 linear feet of wire, and there's over almost 1,500 new LED light fixtures comprised within these additions. 81 new different panels, and probably one of the things I think that's the coolest about this job that you can't see is there's almost 500 solar panels on the top of these roofs that produces 250 kilomegawatt hours of energy. That's enough to basically power 25 typical residential homes for an entire year. So pretty impressive statistics for this. But I'll let the building go ahead and speak for itself. But on behalf of Bremba Construction Company, we thank you so much for the opportunity to be involved in your successful community. Go Scots.
Away from it, got it. Good afternoon. Thank you so much, Josh. What a privilege to hear all the facts. I mean, it looks great, but that's a whole nother level. So thank you. My name is Renee Queering, and I have the privilege of being the current principal for McKay High School. We have been able to move in during construction and keep things going, so that in itself is a celebration. Like the others who spoke before me, I have several people I want to thank today. This has been a big team effort, as others have mentioned, and I want to start by thanking our architects from Brick Architecture and our contractor, Bremick Construction. We appreciate the work that you've done and that you have not only built the beautiful spaces we get to show the community today, but you've also helped us function as a school during the process. 2,500 students makes it an interesting process too. Thank you very much for your attention and care. I'd also like to say thank you to the members of the McKay staff who helped early on in the process by serving on our school design team. The process started for us almost 3 years ago with several staff members meeting and providing input on where the new spaces should be built, what the best configuration is for flow and program connections, and made sure our students' needs were part of the design concepts and conversations. This team's input led to some important developments in the design, including placing this incredible new library space front and center on our campus. Our students and McKay staff, I'll say that again, our students and McKay staff also deserve recognition and thanks for their grace and perseverance. In the last 18 months, like all staff across the district, we've been continually adapting to provide care, connection, and learning to our students in an ever-evolving pandemic environment. And here at McKay, our team has done that while operating in a construction zone. This team makes me very proud every day. Thank you, McKay team. I'm also extremely grateful to the voters in our district who invest in the future of our students and pass this historic bond measure. Salem and Keizer care about students and about the future of this community, and it shows. We have some absolutely stunning new spaces to show you today. As you can see behind me, McKay is the proud owner of the district's newest and most modern library media center. This new space not only provides more capacity and helps relieve some of our crowded conditions, it is an inspiring learning space. If you think it looks good from the outside, just wait. McKay also now has 11 brand new and modern science labs, more than any other high school in the district. No more teaching chemistry from what looked like the kitchen sink. Now we have adequate preparation and storage space, fume hoods, and state-of-the-art equipment for experiments. I predict McKay will be a leader in providing 21st century science instruction. As an educational leader, my goal is to help each student reach graduation, prepared to be successful in their next step, whether that's on to college or starting a career. Career and technical education programs, or what we used to know as vocational ed programs in my day, are proven to do just that. Students in CTE programs historically have a much higher graduation rate than the general student population, and many enter high-wage careers right after graduating. I'm so excited about the way this bond has expanded access to CTE programs at McKay. In our CTE building, located behind our main building, we have new and expanded space for our culinary and engineering programs and a brand new space for our agricultural program. Now let's talk about music. I see we had some music boosters here with us. As you just heard, McKay music programs are outstanding. McKay music students have earned many awards in the past in spite of some very challenging conditions in our building. Our music program was challenged by an extreme lack of space. Equipment was stored in hallways, students practiced in hallways, which made it challenging for classrooms to focus. McKay is now prepared to continue and expand on our history of excellence in music, thanks to a new black box theater space, a new choir room, and dedicated storage space. There are many other improvements to mention, like the expanded common space that relieves the crowded lunch conditions we experienced before. Believe me, this is a big deal. In a school of more than 2,000 students, if there's not enough space to get everyone through the lunch line or room to sit and eat, students can't refuel and reset for the rest of the school day. We don't have that concern anymore. There are 2 new developmental learning classrooms, which also allow us to serve students who need access to special education programs, and gives these students who live in the McKay feeder system the opportunity to attend high school with their neighborhood peers. There are traffic improvements, safety and security upgrades, a new weight room, a new auxiliary gym, expanded locker rooms, and remember all the portable classrooms we used to have here? We don't need them anymore. All of those are examples because of the voters of the Salem-Keizer Public School District, who understood the needs of our school and approved the bond. On behalf of all McKay staff and students, thank you. Now it's my pleasure to hear from some of the people I'm most interested in, our students. We have 3 McKay students who would like to share a few words with you. I'd like to welcome Ethan Miranda, followed by Grace Caldwell and Wyatt Nelson.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I want to say thank you to our teachers, staff, administration, and community, including those online and virtual. I also want to say thank you to our band for playing some really good music. My name is Grace Caldwell. I have many different titles here at McKay and in the district, but most of you know me from being the student advisor to the school board. I'm so grateful to know that our community is invested in its youth. This is a project that has been very much overdue, but it has been well worth the wait. For decades, McKay has been at the forefront of every issue when it comes to overcrowding, student success, and graduation rates. But when I see McKay, I see talent, I see diversity, and I see hope. And it's about time that we have a school that reflects that. I hope you all know that you provided so many new opportunities for McKay. We've expanded 3 of our CTE programs, added huge improvements to each of our performing arts programs, including practice rooms, a black box theater, and a new choir room. We've also established a new college and career center, also known as the Dream Center, to support students in their career goals and transition out of high school. One of my personal favorites, though, would have to be the 2 new tennis courts over here. These last few months serving on the school board have been quite challenging as we've adjusted back into in-person learning. But one thing that has been consistently positive is the feedback from the school bonds. You all are not only providing better opportunities for current students, but for many generations to come. This is just the beginning of a very exciting journey for McKay. Thank you.
First things first, I would like to say hello to everyone joining us in this amazing event from McKay High School. My name is Ethan Miranda, and I am one of many student representatives from McKay High. Like many of my fellow students over here, for instance, I could not feel more elated to learn that my own community helped pass the bond for McKay High, especially for the new wing. For the longest period of time, McKay had been known for being excessively overcrowded. Whether that be in the commons, the libraries, the classrooms, or really just any other room inside McKay. While my classmates and I could easily persevere through these obstacles, it could not be easier to say that with all this extra room and updated technology, we have much more room to breathe under all the stress both students and staff are under. I mean that literally. Personally, I find the new arts and music spaces one of the best improvements because while I may be a little biased since I'm part of orchestra, I truly believe that they needed their own space big enough for them and their dreams. Like we're shown in today's outcome, your voice matters. So my advice for you, take your own future into your own hands and shape it into something meaningful. So once again, thank you to the community for all your support.
Wait, the mic.
I'm gonna move for you.
Okay.
All right, want to come up a little more?
Yeah. No, that's. Good afternoon, everybody. Hello, I'm White Nelson, and I am a member of McKay's National Honor Society. Firstly, I would like to thank all the bond voters for voting yes to the construction. This will help future and the current McKay students succeed. One of my favorite features is the new hallways. This limits congestion and gives students and teachers more spaces to educate themselves. It gives teachers more rooms to operate in. My second favorite feature is the new library. It has been expanded and has given students more books to read and it benefits the college as well. It gives students more tables to eat at. Lastly, I would like to thank all the construction workers for putting in their hard work, time, and effort to make McKay look brand new and fresh. Thank you and have a great day. Next.
Awesome job, Wyatt.
It's all good. Well, thank you everyone for your words of support. I've learned a lot. Some things that we saw that took place to get this place ready, from the very visible to the invisible, just thank you. But before we get to that moment with the big shiny scissors, we just have a short announcement. We are offering in-person tours following the ceremony. We have a few spaces open, and if you didn't sign up online, please check in with Mr. Wiley and our office manager, Blanca Ochoa, if you want to sign up for the tours. And Mr. Johnson, where's Mr. Johnson? So if you signed up for the 4 o'clock tour, then you will start with Mr. Johnson and he will lead you through. But just in the world that we live in, we just got to make sure that we have adequate distance between students and persons of unknown vaccination status. And unfortunately, students and children cannot tour with the general public at this event. You must wear your face covering, answer the screening questions to tour inside the building. And if that's not working for you, we also have a virtual tour option available. You can check the district website, the Facebook page, and the YouTube channel to watch the tour, the virtual tour. After the tours later tonight, please join us for a football game against Scappoose at 7 p.m. to help cheer our Royal Scots on to victory. And now it is time to cut the ceremonial ribbon. If our 3 students would please come forward, please take your place by the ribbon. Now, Grace, we talked about this. Do not cut until we count down, okay? We got to wait for all the people with cameras to take the picture. So I'm going to do a countdown, 3, 2, 1, and they're going to snip. And while we're counting down, if you all want to clap and yell and be excited and jump up and down, just watch your ankles. Everything's going to be great, okay? Yep. Perfect, Wyatt. Now, students, don't cut until I give the countdown. Look at the camera. Give us a big smile. And with your big smile, you're going to light up your eyes. And we're going to count to 3, and then you're going to go ahead and cut the ribbon. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Oh! Thank you everyone for being here today. If you're going to stay for the tours, they're going to start over there with Mr. Johnson if you signed up at 4 o'clock. If you didn't sign up, Mr. Wiley and Ms. Ochoa over there will help you get the sign-up process started. I think that's all we have for today. MC Ricardo is done.